Welcome to Newbridge Middle School, where bears have pride. While the building was originally constructed in 1941, Newbridge was opened in 1998 to relieve overcrowding in other middle schools. It originally opened as a magnet school offering a curriculum with a focus in math, science, and technology. From 1998 to 2010, all NBMS students were selected through a lottery process after applying. With the 2010-2011 school year, Newbridge began the process of becoming a true magnet school by creating a student body with both a lottery population and a home district population. Newbridge Middle School currently has 490 students. Due to the small population compared to other district middle schools, we also have a smaller staff. We have 25 classroom teachers, 4 special education teachers, and 2 administrators, along with support staff and student services team members. Of our 490 students, 16% are African American, 21% are Hispanic, and 63% are white or of other ethnicities. While disaggregating data from the North Carolina Teacher Working Conditions Survey, I recognized that one specific subsection under time had a much lower agreement percentage than any of the questions that were asked in time, facilities and resources, and managing student conduct. While the agreement percentage was above the state and well above the district, there was still only 70.59% agreement that class sizes are reasonable such that teachers have the time available to meet the needs of all students, with the next closest percentage being almost 12% above this. Delving deeper into this through looking at the historical agreement data, there was a trend showing this question had been in the 70s percentage-wise since at least 2018 and is trending downward lately. This guided parts of my service leadership project in creating the time and space for staff to work more closely with students in small group settings. After talking with my principal and a fellow MSA colleague, we decided the best fit for the service leadership project would be to continue developing the MTSS program developed at Newbridge in the fall for SLP 6. We looked deeply at how to best implement our MTSS program without adding too much to the already burdensome workload of the teachers. We realized the time scheduled for every core teacher listed as IE was not being used effectively, as it was supposed to be used for intervention and enrichment. Instead, it was being used for iReadies and as a study hall. We began using this time to implement our MTSS small groups. This allowed time already built into the schedule for teachers to truly focus on meeting at-risk students' needs. When the small groups had remediated for several weeks, the teachers held data chats with the students. We finally decided to hold an MTSS dinner and data night to hold student-led conferences with the families to build a partnership between home and school. We received feedback from the staff about the MTSS process. Most of the staff felt that they were seeing growth in the students even though it had only been a couple weeks of remediation and intervention. They had seen impacts academically, but also on student self-esteem. Others felt that the process for remediation was at least better than it had been before, which made us feel like we were moving in the right direction. While most feedback was positive, others felt that there should be more done to follow up with the progress of the students. One staff member seemed to think the process was pointless in that the students were still doing the same thing that they were in a different room. This led us to look into what staff was using as remediation and or interventions and provide support to them on that. Once we set dates for our MTSS dinner and data night, we sent home an invite to parents to gauge interest and availability. This gave us an idea of how many people to expect so we could gather our budget and contact vendors to price out food. Our MTSS team created a student-led conference forum to be used in the small group sessions for data chats with students and provide them an outline to use at the dinner and data night. The response to our initial invite was lower than hoped, so we pivoted and decided to have students record themselves doing their student-led conferences. This allowed us to send these videos to parents by email with the information from the event, so they were not excluded just because they could not attend. At the actual MTSS dinner and data night, we first explained what MTSS is by showing a video provided by NCDPI and described the steps we are taking at school to help their students be successful. Family time was then had as we all shared a meal with staff intermingling with the families. Student-led conferences were then held in which students went through grades, iReady data, behavioral tendencies, and goal setting. We had enough staff members in attendance that each family had a staff sit in during part of this time. We concluded the night by receiving feedback from all stakeholders, including parents, students, and staff, through QR codes to help us improve future events of this nature. The first of hopefully many MTSS dinner and data nights was a success overall. Although only 9.2% of our MTSS students attended with their families, it allowed for more open conversations to be had in a smaller setting. For future events, I would incorporate more communication about the event. A personalized phone call home to invite the family can be more welcoming than just another paper coming home. I learned how much truly goes into putting on a community event. Budget for many different funds had to be considered, as well as time and scheduling. Getting everyone involved and willing to participate, both students, families, and our school staff, was more difficult than I anticipated. Also, I realized how little details, such as having a translator available or an activity for younger siblings, can really go a long way in the eyes of the families. Parents gave great feedback in that they truly want to be part of the team and create a partnership to help their students succeed. They even requested that we have these nights more frequently to keep them in the loop as active participants. When seeing the interactions between the families, students, and staff, I truly believe at the end of this that the more positive people that we have in our students' corners, the better off they will be in the long run.